Welcome back to Game 7. What has been a tremendous NBA Finals between the Cavaliers and the Thunder. 2.2 seconds remaining on the clock. Cleveland now up 2 after this incredible play from LeBron James in the biggest moment of the game.
And how crazy, Mike, is this situation? This is unbelievable.
Now coming out of this timeout, Jeff, the Thunder will have the ball at half court and an opportunity to bring Oklahoma City its first NBA title in franchise history.
And I say you give the ball to Russell and let him go for it all with the 3 to win it.
The inbound to Russell, the 3 to win it all. He's done it! Russell Westbrook nails the buzzer beater, and the Cavs have been thunderstruck! Welcome to Staples Center in Los Angeles. It's Wednesday Night NBA, presented by ESPN on EA Sports, as we get set for a divisional matchup between the LA Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. As this one gets underway, Jeff, who might they need to be careful with against Golden State tonight?
You can't speak about Klay Thompson without mentioning Steph Curry, and likewise, you can't mention Steph Curry without talking about Klay Thompson. I see them as a tandem. Their play last year gives you pause to say, this is a special, special offensive backcourt.
Jeff, the Clippers not only good, but so entertaining. It's a highlight package every night.
Absolutely, and again, those highlights get special significance when it comes to they're in winning times now. It's one thing to make highlight reel plays in a loss. They get forgotten very quickly. But to do it in an entertaining style and win in a major market like LA, and really right now be the better team in LA, this is a terrific accomplishment for Doc Rivers and his team.
Jordan's trying to get down low. Stevenson against Thompson. Curry on the drive. That's a three-pointer. The defense nowhere near him. And Harrison Barnes with the play from way downtown. He scored 3 three-pointers in their previous game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nobody near him. Takes the 3. That one misses. Too strong.
And it's not surprising he missed that shot because he can't make it.
And he throws it down.
Oh, that's nice right there. The finish at the rim with a nice dunk.
We talk so much about DeAndre Jordan's defense and his shot blocking. This guy, though, Jeff, he's a solid, efficient scorer.
Because he knows what shots he can make. He's going to score on dunks, on layups, and within 3 feet of the basket. He's a great pick-and-roll player, rolling to the rim, catching the lob. I like it when people know who they are and are not constantly trying to reinvent themselves where their strength now becomes a weakness.
Adjusting on this, it's good, and one. He got there late, the foul call against Bogut. And DeAndre Jordan will go to the line looking to complete the three-point play.
Terrific concentration to finish the shot and now shoot a free throw. I think everybody, when a guy shoots poorly from the free throw line, like Jordan does, wants to focus all your energy looking at what he doesn't do well versus what he does do well. Now, does he continue to need to grow offensively? Does he need to get more professional? Absolutely. But this guy, with his athleticism, should make an impact every game. No reason he couldn't and shouldn't be a double-double player every night.
He says no, but the ref says foul called against Paul. That'll be his first.
For the Golden State Warriors, Andrew Logan.
Jeff, remember when our buddy Mark was coaching the Warriors and he called Curry and Thompson the greatest shooting backcourt in the history of the game? We mocked him back then, but he might be right.
Yeah, I said, there goes that fool talking again. But hey, the fool was right.
The Splash Brothers are the absolute best shooting backcourt of all time. Mark Jackson got it right.
Jeff, Klay Thompson had that magical game last year when he had an NBA record, 37 points in a single quarter. Remember, he beat the record set by George Gervin and Carmelo Anthony. That was a special night.
It was incredible to watch. When you look back at the 9 3-point shots that he got, there was only one lucky bounce. I mean, he was so pure in that quarter. I wish I was there to enjoy it with the Oracle crowd.
Beats his man on the drive to the goal, scores. Nice move.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
3 minutes gone by in the first. Los Angeles is down by 2. Hall on the drive. In the paint. Clearly a foul called against the Warriors. Second team foul. And Chris Paul will go to the line with under 2 minutes to go here in the first.
It's hard to score in this league, but you have a better chance if you're a great free throw shooter to do it at the free throw line. This is good basketball right here. Be aggressive, take the contact, and get to the free throw line.
And gets both points from the line. Steph Curry's been the MVP candidate, but Klay Thompson, sometimes he gets overshadowed on how many things he does for this team, Jeff.
You can make a strong argument that Klay Thompson is the best two-guard in the league when you factor in his defensive ability. He is so improved defensively from when he first came into the league to now. He can guard point guards. We've seen him match up in the playoffs with Chris Paul. You can see him taking threes. He can lock down twos. I don't think Klay Thompson will ever get his just due because defense is far too often overlooked.
And DeAndre Jordan will go to the free throw line and shoot more free throws. First free throw, good. Jeff, Josh Smith has a lot of different talents. What's his number one strength?
Well, I love his passing ability, Mike. For a big, as a four-man, when he goes down on the block and he can command that double team, he's a very capable and willing passer. And then you couple that with how many guys pass like that and can continue to block shots at a high rate and protect the rim. Those two skills usually don't go together. Smith has them. He's got to use them consistently.
Knocks down the first one. You always talk about sacrifice, vital for team success. Andre Iguodala was typical of that last year for Golden State. What a pleasure to watch him perform so well on the biggest stage and get his first championship.
It was, and his sacrifice, and Steve Kerr has said this over and over again, Iguodala's sacrifice was the first step on them becoming this championship caliber team. I'm very happy for Iguodala.
The assist from
Barbosa bringing it up here. Bogut's looking to set up in the paint. Goes to the goal. Can't get it to fall. To the basket. No doubt about it. He hit him. It's called against Iguodala. And Jamal Crawford will get to the free throw line to shoot. He's shooting 90% for the season.
for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Can't connect on the first free throw.
Subbing in for the Warriors, number 5.
Knocks down the second after he misses the first. LA's leading Golden State by a score of 13-12. Iguodala, nice finish around the rim. Ball into the front court. Goes out of bounds, so it'll be Warriors ball. Draymond Green's back in off the bench for the Warriors. He's averaging 11 points per game this season. into the paint, throws it down.
2 points.
Quarter winding down, he just flips it up. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The Clippers down by 3.
We'll be right back with more Wednesday night basketball here on ESPN after the break.
Is anyone going to miss? Although, Jeff, it would help if they played a little defense, huh?
It sure would, Mike. The defense was just not there, but let's give credit where credit is due. The NBA is fantastic because guys can make shots.
Jeff, remember we were talking about Klay Thompson's 37 points in the single quarter? Imagine if there was a three-point line when George Gervin was playing. How many would he have scored on a given night?
Yeah, and I think George Gervin has a legitimate beef, Mike. He said, hey, I scored the 33 points without the benefit of the three-point line. It makes you think, do all these records need to have an asterisk next to them when you talk about the three-point line? The scoring leaders, all of these things to me have been changed and will continue to change because of the impact of the three-point shot.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, J.J. Redick.
And he hits the first free throw. Jeff, we spoke earlier about Klay Thompson being underrated. Reminds you a little bit like Scottie Pippen playing under the shadow of Jordan, or James Worthy under the shadow of Magic.
Are you kidding, Mike? Did you just compare Steph Curry to Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson? Is that what just happened here? Are you kidding me?
He's one of the best shooters we've ever seen. Why not?
Hey, message to Mike. They dominated over a long period of time. Stop the nonsense.
Pierce on the drive. Griffin draws the double, gets it to go. The Clippers up by 1.
What a great back-and-forth game we've been watching here today, Mike. It's getting hard to keep count of all the lead changes.
This season, a huge season for Draymond Green. He was so versatile last year, now has the big contract. Perhaps feels a little pressure that he's got to perform this year.
Money Green is my new nickname for him, Mike. But he deserved it. He earned it. His play, his versatility, his competitive juice had such a huge impact on the Warriors winning. And I don't think there has to be anything to change for his formula of success. He should not feel more pressure to score, just continue to do his job and do it at a very, very high level.
To the basket, flips it up, nails it. That's a two-pointer. And J.J. Redick with 6 points. And Golden State calls timeout. They just want a 20.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
We're watching Curry put on another show in this game. How proud do you think his dad is, Dell, watching the way this kid plays every night?
Well, it's just got to be, awesome to watch because this was a lightly recruited player. This was not expected, and to see his growth and his persistence to get to where he's at, I think that's where the real pride comes into play.
Thompson from downtown with 3 on the clock. Thompson's long-range jumper won't go.
And they just can't seem to get locked in from distance. There's been too many misses on wide open opportunities.
The assist from
Golden State's leading Los Angeles by a score of 22-21. Smith on the drive. Pierce fires from downtown all alone. It's turned back by Green. Puts it up. There's the whistle. Andrew Bogut picks up his 3rd. And Blake Griffin will go to the line with under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
number 2. Golden State Warriors are in
Jeff, the Clippers adding some really interesting pieces in this offseason. Lance Stevenson, Josh Smith, Paul Pierce. What does that mean for this team?
I just love the term interesting, Mike, because just like unique, it can go either way. It can be a positive or it can be a negative. And I have no idea how this grouping of Clipper players is going to turn out. All I know is Doc Rivers is going to age 10 years dealing with this group unless they can win it all. And this talent, they could do it. They have put together a very, very nice team.
It's good. A two-pointer. And it's a three-point lead for Los Angeles.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession, but that man stuck it even against the best defense.
Barnes fires away. Misses the two. Jordan the rebound. Driving baseline. Pierce jump shot. Misses from the perimeter. Gets to the rim. An easy layup, and it won't go.
Hey, you got to finish strong on those shots. You're right at the basket. You got to put the ball in the hole.
Jordan for two. Shoots away. It's good. And DeAndre Jordan with 10 points. Curry in possession. He loses control of it. Comes up with a pretty steal. To the rim. And he's fouled. And Chris Paul will get to shoot at the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
It's hard to score in this league, but you have a better chance if you're a great free throw shooter to do it at the free throw line. This is good basketball right here. Be aggressive, take the contact, and get to the free throw line.
For LA, number 4, J.J. Redick.
Ball knocked loose. No, he loses it. At the rim, Paul the rebound. Paul, the Clippers with the offensive rebound for a new 24.
2 points.
Gets past the defender, slams it in. Buzzer sounds, and the first half comes to an end. The Clippers up by 7. Time now to check in with Jalen Rose.
Welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report, brought to you by yours truly, Jalen Rose. The Clippers are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. What I like from these guys is how well they work the transition game, using stops to start breaks. The Warriors would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring.
Game track. Steals.
The Golden State Warriors seem to be giving the ball away in this matchup like they're working for a charity. Too many times, they've given up steals, and the results have been terrible. They were worse with their ball control in the second quarter.
Player of the half.
DeAndre Jordan has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon. Let's check out the shot chart.
Who was cold?
Steph Curry certainly hasn't contributed much for his team when it comes to scoring. He's been suffering through miss after miss, and no matter what he tries, it's just not working for him. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.